Previously on the inventory.
Here we are connecting with these humans in a way that's never been done before.
I'm actually afraid of what would happen if we actually found out the Bronies actually contacted us.
Listen, Airwaves, we're the only ones who know about the Bronies receiving our broadcast signal and messaging us.
Listen, maybe we should tell the others about this. Keeping this in the dark is only going to hurt us in the end.
I will find the truth, and you can be sure about that.
Fairytale, if you honestly think some pony's just gonna walk up to you and tell you what you want to hear, then you're even more...
Airwaves, Cece, I don't believe this. More Bronies just sent me messages through the QED.
They what?
Oh, hi Fairytale.
How could you keep such a scoop like that a secret? I had to hear about it from Fairytale of all ponies. Do you have any idea how much mud I'm getting dragged through right now? Because of your little secret?
It was only a matter of time before this would have gotten out to the rest of Equestria. So what are we going to do about it now?
There's only one thing we can do. We gotta come clean. We have to tell every pony the truth.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. My big scoop! I'll interview you over a live broadcast.
I guess I can't really refuse at this point. Alright, well, I guess it's my turn to come clean as well. Equestria deserves to hear the truth.
And now for the continuation of the inventory on KPNY.
Get caught up in these messes. Is it possible for me to get a job where something doesn't go wrong? Getting fired from the Best Young Flyers competition was one thing, but this? Here I am, tasked with telling the entirety of Equestria that we've made contact with an alien race that has been meticulously watching us for what seems like years. I'm gonna get hounded by every media outlet as far as the Griffin Kingdom. I might even get hounded by the Royal Guard. For all I know, Princess Celestia might banish us all to the moon for doing this. Or I might get turned into a statue. I really don't want to be turned into a statue. Okay, calm down, Airwaves. You're overthinking things again. If the existence of these Bronies was some kind of dangerous secret, Camelot would have already gotten involved. I just have to come clean and tell the truth. Calmly and proudly. Or at least Cover Story will be there to back me up. I could really use some tea.
Alright now, are you ready? You look like you've been run over by a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any sleep. I'm really worried about this interview.
Don't worry too much, Airwaves. I won't go talking about anything we haven't done already. Sometimes you just gotta calm down and let the moment pass. Believe me, I know.
Okay then. Mind if we go over some questions again so I'm ready?
Sure, just let me pull over my notepad. There we are. Now, let's go over the first one. So, as the host of...
Places, everybody, places, let's make some magic. Excuse me, Unicorn, but we're going to have to ask all non-essentials to vacate the booth. Who'd have thunk this cockamamie show was actually real? It's quite the secret you've been keeping from us, Mr. Waves. Imagine my goosebumps when Box Pony came by and dropped the issue of Mainhand Gazette on my desk. Makes me wonder how we even ended up dealing with this rag.
I'm sorry, but who are you?
Name's Press Release. Best reporter this side of Appaloosa. Don't you forget it.
Wait, so you're...
Yes, I'm that Press Release. And judging by the ticket in your hat, I think you're some sort of a aspiring reporter. Sorry, kid, but we're about to do an interview here, so why don't you run along and let the big boys play? I hear there's a new litter of kittens at Fluttershy's. You can go report on that.
Wait, excuse me? I'm sure there must have been some kind of mistake, but I'm the one who's supposed to be conducting this interview.
Oh, I know who you are now. The Manhattan Kid. Listen, I don't think you're in any position to make demands here. The bigwigs are giving me the interview. That sort of revelation is way too big to leave in the hooves of an untrustworthy source.
Sir, I respect you. I really do. I based my entire career as a news reporter on your ethics of truth no matter what. But this is my story. I've been following this thing from the very beginning. I have the right to this interview.
The right? Tell me, kid. How long have you been with the Mainhand Gazette?
4 years.
So have I. And I've spent an equal amount of time with the Mainhand Orange, the Philadelphia Times, and Camelot Weekly. Compared to my years of experience, you haven't accomplished anything. So once again, step aside, Cover Story.
But Wait, How do you know my name?
A good reporter always knows his facts and double-checks his sources. Remember that. And trust me, I did my homework, kid. I know you wrote that Bob Celestia story a couple years back. Perhaps you remember the piece. It doesn't do much for your credibility, does it? You're hardly qualified to handle something of this scale. Do yourself a favor, kid. Know when to quit.
That was a simple mistake and I made up for it.
Have you?
Alright. The story's yours.
It's a cutthroat business, kid. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can dream to become as big as me. Now, if you excuse me, I have a story to cover. Between you and me, kid, if this was your home turf, I would have expected the same thing from you.
Ponyville's news at KPNY, your only radio station covering it all in Ponyville and the surrounding Everfree. From the invasion of the Paris Sprites, the return of Discord, and Trixie's enslavement of the town, to exclusive coverage of the Summer Sun celebration and the Golden Harvest Parade, we were there to cover it all. Your stories, your life, your way. We will be there telling it just the way it is. So unless you're reading a newspaper, we have your news and your stories right here and right now. You're listening to KPNY News at 11 with our own local correspondent and Radio Inca Pony, Press Release.
Hello, everybody. My name is Press Release, and you're listening to KPNY News at 11. We've got a very interesting lineup of news this evening, folks, so let's just get on right to it. Starting off tonight, we'll be presenting you with some local news within Ponyville, followed by the story of the hour, and finally a special treat from all of us here at KPNY that we think you will be fascinated with. Our first story of the night. Is there a connection between the recent tax hikes and Mayor's spending sprees on white mane dye? Originally, what started as a rumor around the town has blown up into a full-flung investigation. Mayor could not be reached for comment regarding these accusations. However, her PR department released this statement. We understand that times are tough recently, but the recent tax hike from 1 to 2 bits per transaction is absolutely necessary due to the recent economic state of Equestria. We do understand that this is putting a strain on our local merchants, and our hearts go out to them, and due to recent public opinion, we will be repealing the current tax hike back to its previous standing later this summer, until we can finish paying off the renovation of Town Hall after last year's incident. KPNY pressed for further comment regarding the white mane dye accusation, only to receive no further questions as a response. One can only hope that this recent statement helps clarify that there might in fact be no connection with the two scenarios. Now for our next story. Recent pony by the name of Screw Loose ends up back in hospital after being accused of acting like a dog. Recent interview with said pony claims that it was all a misunderstanding and it was just some purple dragon being carried away by several pets. Mental state of said pony is still pending evaluation. Now, for the story of the hour. We answer the question of, is Discord truly reformed, and why was he released? The recent decision by Princess Celestia to not only release the spirit of chaos and disharmony, but to also pardon him of all past crimes is leaving some political analysts skeptical, and her critics are attacking her at every angle. As of yet, the princess has refused to make any sort of official statement, nor have any of the other alicorns said anything officially. Left with nowhere to turn for answers, KPNY took the griffin by the feathers and approached Discord himself for an interview. The Draconiquist simply stated, "Of course I'm reformed. I've never felt so reformed. Can't you tell how reformed I am?" before turning our microphones into tuna-flavored ice cream. But if this reporter can give his opinion, as he covered the Discord crisis that happened in Ponyville, that monster deserves to be locked back up, as he will only turn Equestria into a hodgepodge of, "Hey, well, where's my microphone going? Quick, someone catch commercials!"
keyword CE Snow Globes to order your own crystal snow globe. They make great gifts for fillies. Please allow shipping and handling in 4 to 9 weeks for delivery.
Trying to connect with all your friends across Equestria? Trying to catch up with some old pony schmucks from long ago? Or perhaps you're just trying to meet some pony new? Check out the new social media rage that's driving every pony mashugana. Use the keyword ponyhoof on the Equestrian Infonet for further details.
Hey there, my name is Golden Spork and this is your KPNY Baking Minute. Today we give you the recipe for cupcakes. So first off, all you gotta do is take a cup of flour and add it to your mix. Now take a little something sweet, no wait a second, not sour, a bit of salt, just a pinch of it, add a teaspoon of vanilla, now mind you while counting to 4. Now just remember, you can never get enough of your fill with these cupcakes because they will be just so sweet and tasty. Don't forget to tune in for KPNY for your Baking Minute and our regularly scheduled show called How to Serve Better at 10. It's a great thing.
Hello, everypony, and welcome back to KPNY News at 11. Newsflash! Recent disaster causes several houses in Ponyville to turn into giant oranges. Ponies shocked and outraged, but no source of incident found. Several skeptics claim misuse of magic to be the culprit. Next, we bring you our final story of the night. A special interview with one of KPNY's show hosts, who was in the center of one of the largest cover-ups in equestrian history. But now he has finally decided to come clean, right here on this very broadcast.
You're kind of making me sound like a criminal.
Airwaves, the infamous disgrace for the Best Young Flyers competition in Cloudsdale, and a host of KPNY's own, The Inventory. He is here with us today to reveal the eerie and bizarre truth of the Bronies, a race of aliens that have been watching us from afar. For the past several months, KPNY has been researching the society of these monsters who are apparently obsessed with our culture.
They're not monsters.
For those of you who have believed this entire time that the show was a hoax, a creation of our minds for your entertainment, you would be wrong. Now, don't be alarmed. This isn't a point of panic. Instead, we here at KPNY look to enlighten you. For in the truth, you will find solace.
You know, it's not like they're invading us or anything.
And so, every pony, I would like to introduce Airwaves, co-conspirator in the Brony cover-up.
Okay, look, that's it. You're really skewing the truth.
Then please enlighten us, Airwaves. What is the truth?
You want the truth? Really? Well then fine. I'll give you the truth, but I won't hold anything back.
Then let's get started. This is Bronies, the unexpected aliens of pony obsession. So the best way to start any story is from the beginning. Tell us, Airwaves, how did this happen? How is it that these aliens found us? And how did we find them?
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're going to continue, I have to ask that you please stop calling them aliens. These people are as ordinary, as intelligent as any of us ponies right here.
Alright, then where did these Bronies come from?
Well, I wasn't there myself. It was really my friend Sound Effects. He's a presenter and the audio technician on the Inventory. You see, he's an inventor. He hadn't had success ever since he first got his cutie mark. Anyway, he made this radio dish that he called the Quantum Entanglement Dish, or QED for short. Well, against all odds, the dang thing actually works, and somehow the dish picked up this bizarre signal. The humans have this internal network of devices connecting each other that functions almost identically to our equestrian infonet. And what we found really shocked and amazed us.
I'm sure it did. Please tell us, what were these shocking and disturbing findings?
Well, I never called them disturbing. When I say shocked, yeah, it was a little strange, but it's also at the same time kind of exciting. The humans had this website that knew literally everything about us, and right down to our individual residents right here in Ponyville.
So, it is safe to say that they have been spying on us.
Well, if you put it that way. But they haven't done anything to harm us, have they? In fact, they really love us. They're so enraptured by our society that they've written books, painted works of art, and composed music just about us.
And that is when you came to KPNY pitching the show The Inventory.
Well, sort of. Look, I was working at Ponyville's carrot farm at the time. The only place it would take me after I got fired, you know? Anyway, Sound Effects showed up and he told me what he found, and as you can imagine, that at first I really didn't believe him. I wasn't too thrilled by the idea myself, but Either way, I got roped into being the host for the show, and that's when everything started.
Then tell us, Airwaves, what happened from there? What had to occur for you to hide such an important secret from the rest of Equestria?
Well, the show started normally enough. Well, as normal as it can get considering the subject matter, but every episode we would bring forth a brony that we thought was talented, and then we'd share the individual's work. But before we knew it, ponies started listening, the books, artwork, and music we featured, and the copies that we made of them started flying off the shelves. Next thing you knew, we had a success, and then something unexpected happened.
Unexpected? How unexpected?
Well, I said before that the QED received the brony signal, right? Well, it turns out that wasn't its only purpose. Sound effects connected the QED to KPNY's own broadcasting equipment. That's the reason why the station has been able to be broadcast beyond just Ponyville. That's why some of the ponies in Manhattan and even Las Pegasus can hear us. I guess you could say that the dish boosted the signal too well. Not only did the QED receive human signals, it kind of transmitted our own. The humans were listening to our broadcast. And not only that, but...
Yes? Tell us, please, what happened?
Don't ask me how, because I can't explain it to you. I don't know. But some of the bronies figured out how to contact us. They sent us messages through the QED.
And that is when you and local station manager Curtain Call decided to keep the whole things under wraps. This is the point when the whole conspiracy began.
Hey, it seemed like the right thing to do at the time, alright? This is exactly what we were trying to avoid. We knew ponies like you would overreact to this, so yes, we kept it quiet. You can go ahead and call it just some other smudge on my broadcasting record, but what else were we supposed to do?
So, you say that the bronies contacted you. How did you respond to this troubling turn of events?
Well, naturally, we responded back. Well, technically sound effects did, but I don't really know how to work his equipment, so I wouldn't know.
There you have it, every pony. Bronies. Not only are these bizarre creatures watching our every move at this very moment, but now contact between our two worlds has been made through unofficial and bat-hooved methods. What will the repercussions be? How will the princesses respond? Are our foals safe?
Are you... What's wrong with you? Of course they're safe. Listen to you. These bronies are philosophers, intellectuals, and earthshakers. They're exactly like us ponies. They found another world, another culture, and they're confused by it. But these bronies are choosing to sit back and learn about it. They have taken our culture and shared it amongst their own people, combining the best of both to further the progression of their own species. And what do? You spread fear and panic and try to peg these people as something to be feared? Well, I won't have it. At all. I've seen what good these bronies can offer, and I will do my damnedest to let the rest of Equestria know about it.
How fascinating. Brony sympathizers. Bridging our two worlds. Quite a novel idea. But there is still the public backlash you have to consider, Airwaves. You're taking a mighty big risk. Many would say it would be much simpler to have simply never gotten yourself involved, where quite frankly you had no business snooping.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I'm a deadbeat has-been Pegasus who until not too long ago was plucking carrots out of the ground. What business do I have doing something like this? But if Celestia is my witness, I've already got my hoof in the door, and I have no interest in just sitting back and allowing the truth about these talented people be sullied like this. Well, we at the inventory seem to be the only ponies actually brave enough to say it, and I'm confident that our listeners will be able to back us up.
You talk a big game, Airwaves, but you also have to ask yourself how long can you crusade like this? Interesting that you mentioned Celestia. Tell me, are you not as curious as the rest of our listeners as to what her official stance on the statement will be?
Have you even considered the possibility that she already knows?
And just what do you mean by that?
Don't you find it odd enough that she hasn't interfered already? She's been awfully quiet, if you ask me. Fairy Tale's the one who figured this one out. It's the only reason that makes sense to me as to why Canterlot has not stepped in during this situation. Celestia is powerful and wise, and if she felt that contact with another world was a bad thing, she would have already stepped in by now, and you know it.
Are you sure you're in a position to speak on behalf of the princess? And who's to say she hasn't interfered? After all, her personal protege and representative is only blocks away from here. It would not surprise me in the least if she was spying on behalf of Canterlot.
Now who's leading the conspiracy? Listen to your press release. And not just to you, but to every pony. What reason do you have to fear these bronies? It is the exact mentality of isolationism and elitism on why we know next to nothing about dragons and griffins, and for crying out loud, a zebra walks into town and every pony locks their doors. Well, personally, I've had it. I'm going to take a lesson from these bronies, and I'm going to do my part to spread their culture. Their ideas of love, tolerance, and knowledge are the exact lessons that we ponies desperately need to learn. And as long as I draw breath and there's a microphone in front of my muzzle, I have the responsibility to spread that message.
Well, there you have it, folks. The truth. The bronies are out there. Are they truly curious crusaders of knowledge? Or do they hold more mysterious intentions? This has been our report. Now it's up for you to decide.
And the best way to make that decision is to keep following our journey. Tune in to the broadcast at the inventory on KPNY Radio, where we diligently continue to spread the brony messages.
Wouldn't you say your source is rather biased?
And yours isn't?
Thank you, Airways, for this very enlightening interview. I'm Press Release. Tune in tomorrow at 11 for our next editorial. Nightmare Moon or Luna? Who was really sent to the moon?
You're a real piece of work. You know that?
I'm a reporter, Airwaves. I give the masses the story they want. If you don't do that, you'll swiftly find yourself in the gutter. You'll learn that the hard way, kid. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some plugs to record.
My entire career was based on something that one pony said, and now that one pony has completely turned against that. You're not the reporter I thought you were. To think I actually idolize you.
Like I said before, kid, it's a cutthroat business. If you can't handle it, you should just trot away now.
I ain't trotting away anywhere. If anything, you've only reignited the celestial fires within me. If you have given up on finding the truth, then I guess it's up to me. I'm going to find that truth. The real truth. And I'm going to spread it to the world. I'll be the best reporter in Equestria.
Listen, kid, cover story. Let me give you a little advice. You want to replenish your reputation, right? Having fire is great and all, but don't lose sight of yourself. Don't go by enough more than you can chew with big stories like this. Take it one step at a time. You won't be finding truth by looking at the big picture. Now, a magnifying glass and reflection tell you that much. Keep looking, and I'm sure you'll find that truth you're looking for. Personally, I hope you find it.
Airways, what in the name of Celestial was that?
Yeah. I let my anger get the best of me again, didn't I? Just like in Cloudsdale, and just like in the first broadcast. I'm sorry you had to see me like that.
What, are you kidding me? That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life! The way you stuck with the press release like that! Oh man, that was 10 times better than the arcade!
You really think so?
Of course! I wish I had half the fire you do.
I don't know. I have a feeling Boss Pony's gonna side with press release on this one. After all, it's the message the masses want to hear. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a show after this.
I highly doubt that, Airwaves.
Curtain call?
Don't count yourself short just yet, my compadre.
Sound effects? Hardcover fairy? What are you all doing here? What's this?
Enough bits for me to play Hope Smasher for 8 hours straight?
Only front funding for another year's worth of the inventory.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Apparently the boss pony was so impressed by your speech, he's planning on playing it over the PA to motivate the other DJs. He said he hasn't seen passion like that since the good old days of broadcasting.
I have to admit, your oration did carry a certain motivational quality. A zest, you could say. I even found myself getting ignited by your words. Little. I actually started to believe that you have what it takes to pull off this crazy scheme.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Anyways, what was that anyway? I've never seen you so excited about anything. Why can't you host like that more often?
Sorry to disappoint you, but that only really happens when I get angry.
Oh, I got it then. For the next broadcast, I'll come in with a huge mallet and...
Whoa, calm down. Guys, hold up a second.
What's going on with you?
Okay, well, don't tell anyone else at the station this, but I sorta, kinda, maybe snuck into the booth and hooked up the QED when no pony was looking. So the bronies got to hear everything!
Oh, dear.
The messages are coming in droves. I can't even keep up with them. But they're all about you, Airwaves, you in particular. You've, become their hero or something. It's quite amazing, actually.
A hero, huh? Not sure how I feel about that.
Forget your feelings for just a moment, would you? You've already promised to defend the Bronies, haven't you? You're not intending on betraying that promise, are you?
No, I'm not. I meant what I said, and I'm gonna follow through with it. But I can't do it alone. If I'm going to inform every pony the truth about the Bronies, I'm gonna need all your help. You guys give me the strength to do this because you're all my friends.
Hey, don't get all sappy on us now, Airwaves. We can group hug later when we actually have time for it. Now we have to go put the show together, remember? Chop chop, ponies. The Bronies aren't going to research themselves.
Oh, pick me. I found this one story about a postman.
Oh, here we go. I swear I'll have to listen to yet another one of those.
You don't have to. I have this one piece of music that you should like. You know Octavia, right? Well, it's one.
You know, I recently read this great comic about Octavia. You see, you should affiliate it.
Yeah. My friends.
About it now.
There's only one thing we can do. We gotta come clean. We have to tell every pony the truth.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. My big scoop! I'll interview you over a live broadcast.
I guess I can't really refuse at this point. Alright, well, I guess it's my turn to come clean as well. Equestria deserves to hear the truth.
And now for the continuation of the inventory on KPNY. All non-essentials to vacate the booth. Who'd have thunk this cockamamie show was actually real? It's quite the secret you've been keeping from us, Mr. Waves. Imagine my goosebumps when Potts Pony came by and dropped the issue of Main Hand Gazette on my desk. Makes me wonder how we even ended up dealing with this rag.
I'm sorry, but who are you?
Name's Press Release, best reporter this side of Appaloosa, don't you forget it.
Wait, so you're...
Yes, I'm that Press Release. And judging by the ticket in your hat, I think you're some sort of a aspiring reporter. Sorry, kid, but we're about to do an interview here, so why don't you run along and let the big boys play? I hear there's a new litter of kittens at Fluttershy's. You can go report on that.
Wait, excuse me? I'm sure there must have been some kind of mistake, but I'm the one who's supposed to be conducting this interview.
Oh, I know who you are now. The Manhattan Kid. Listen, I don't think you're in any position to make demands here. The big wig's giving me the interview. That sort of revelation is way... Previously on the inventory.
Here we are connecting with these humans in a way that's never been done before.
I'm actually afraid of what would happen if we actually found out the Bronies actually contacted us.
Listen, Airwaves. We're the only ones who know about the Bronies receiving our broadcast signal and messaging us.
Listen, maybe we should tell the others about this. Keeping this in the dark is only going to hurt us in the end.
I will find the truth, and you can be sure about that.
Fairy Tale, if you honestly think some pony's just gonna walk up to you and tell you what you want to hear, then you're even more...
Airwaves, Cece, I don't believe this. More Bronies just sent me messages through the QED.
They what?
Oh, hi, Fairy Tale.
How could you keep such a scoop like that a secret? I had to hear about it from Fairy Tale of all ponies. Do you have any idea how much mud I'm getting dragged through right now? Because of your little secret?
It was only a matter of time before this would have gotten out to the rest of Equestria. So what are we gonna do?
Dangerous secret. Camelot would have already gotten involved. I just have to come clean and tell the truth. Calmly and proudly. Or at least Cover Story will be there to back me up. I could really use some tea.
Alright now, are you ready? You look like you've been run over by a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any sleep. I'm really worried about this interview.
Don't worry too much, Airwaves. I won't go talking about anything we haven't done already. Sometimes you just gotta calm down and let the moment pass. Believe me, I know.
Okay then. Mind if we go over some questions again so I'm ready?
Sure, just let me pull over my notepad. There we are. Now, let's go over the first one. So as the host of...
Aces, let's make some magic. Excuse me, unicorn, but we're gonna have to...
Get caught up in these messes. Is it possible for me to get a job where something doesn't go wrong? Getting fired from the Best Young Flyers competition was one thing, but this? Here I am, tasked with telling the entirety of Equestria that we've made contact with an alien race that has been meticulously watching us for what seems like years. I'm gonna get hounded by every media outlet as far as the Griffin Kingdom. I might even get hounded by the Royal Guard. For all I know, Princess Celestia might banish us all to the moon for doing this. Or I might get turned into a statue. I really don't want to be turned into a statue. Okay, calm down, Airwaves. You're overthinking things again. If the existence of these bronies was some kind of